everybody. I'm Tina.
And I'm Priscilla.
And we are the Sensei Sisters. Today we are just talking about how some people in our lives, in our mutual life, are going through some crises, and we've been praying for them and everything. But we got to talking about how life goes on around you even when you're in the middle of a crisis, and sometimes that makes it a lot harder. Like the bills don't stop coming, or other people who are in your life or going through exciting times, celebrating births and weddings and everything, and you're in the middle of your crisis and you're like resentful that they're happy. But we had some thoughts on that. We just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, we were saying, you know, like she said, the stuff is still happening, and maybe you've got a health crisis, but at the same time you still have to get up and make lunches and get kids to school, and driving in traffic, and all of the regular stresses of life are still there. Living doesn't go away just because you're struggling with something else, and it's hard. And sometimes you feel like you can't live your normal happiness either when you're in the middle of a crisis. You see something funny on Facebook maybe, and you feel like, I can't post something funny because people know that I'm struggling, and it's going to look like I don't care about my struggle, or like I'm not as upset as I should be, maybe, you know. I know that's a weird thought, right?
No, but it's true. It's true.
It is
true.
Yeah.
You know, we've gone through things before where people are like, "Oh, you're so positive," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm just that." At that moment, I was feeling like I needed to laugh. But it kind of connects to what we talked about last week about the toxic positivity and the toxic negativity. But it's also just the fact that when you're going through a crisis, not every minute of the day is going to be miserable, and you need to celebrate the moments that aren't, right? And I was telling Priscilla when our house flooded in Braithwaite and we lost everything, PJ was in the hospital at the time. It was just a really difficult time for us. And around me, lots of good things were happening for other people. I mean, when Katrina happened, the whole world stopped, right? Because everybody in Greater Louisiana was suffering the effects of, or Greater New Orleans, was suffering the effects from it. So everybody we knew was going through something. But when Braithwaite flooded, it was just the Braithwaite community and a small part of LaPlace that flooded. So it wasn't like everybody was in the same boat. And so we felt alone, and that can happen. And you have to recognize that. It was one of the lessons I learned in it, was that just because I'm going through a crisis doesn't mean the whole world stops. My friends are still celebrating that they had a baby, or that their daughter got married, or whatever. And you have to not get frustrated with them for celebrating the wonderful times in their life, you know. And you still get, I remember getting really angry over a bill I got and thinking, how dare they bill me? My house just flooded. When, you know, I knew also at the moment, I also laughed about it, and I said, I guess I should call them and tell them my house flooded, because they certainly don't know that, and they're sending me a bill for cable TV. But, yeah. So that's the thought for the day, is that life goes on even when you're in the middle of a crisis.
Yeah, and it's okay to laugh even if you're grieving. And I keep thinking of Grandma's funeral.
Oh,
we got in trouble at our grandma's funeral because we were giggling. We got some nasty looks, I think, from a few people, but
they didn't understand though. Grandma was so funny.
She was really funny. And that's all we could think about was the silly things that she used to do, because she had such a good sense of humor, and she was such a spicy old broad.
Yeah, she was.
I want to be a spicy old broad. You? Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think I am a spicy old broad already.
All right.
I read a cartoon the other day, and it made me think about that, or AJ showed it to me, or maybe you sent it to me, about, it said something about she's the sibling that would make a joke at a funeral or something like that, and I said, yeah, that would be us.
Yeah.
We would make a joke at
That
a
would
funeral.
be,
But not
literally.
disrespectfully so, just because some people are funny, and so some things are funny.
And really, yeah, funerals a funeral sounds like such a sad thing, but it's supposed to be a celebration of someone's life.
Yeah, I remember when our friend Lloyd died, I told AJ, I said, his funeral service, it was a memorial service. I said, that was so weird. I said, it was not like a funeral, it was like a roast. We were telling jokes and stuff. But it was so much fun remembering all the good times we had with him, and it made us feel better about him and where he was, in his life, and it was kind of fun. I hope people do that when I die,
Same.
like roast me. That would be funny.
That would be funny. I'll try.
You gonna try
If
that?
you go
Wait, okay. I was gonna say you're
If you
assuming
go
that I'm gonna go first. I know I'm a lot older than you, but really, seriously, and you're the healthy person, so you eat healthier than I do. Anyway, so that's where we are today. Hang in there if you got a crisis.
Yeah, try to laugh anyways.
Yeah, just deal with it. Remember that there's people around you that are probably going through crises as well. However, there are people who aren't. And so take heart in knowing that we all with you. We're praying for you. So y'all make yourself a priority over the next week.
Take care of you.
Bye.
Bye.